Right, it's Thursday. We are back after half term. Hope everybody had a lovely time and read lots of books. Who read lots of books? Hands up. Aha, great, excellent. Okay, so this afternoon we're going to do something a bit special. You've all got a picture. Would you like to hold up your picture? Okay. Now we hope that you might have read the book. If you haven't, don't worry about it. Okay, they are certainly things that we talk about quite a lot. Sometimes you talk about them, sometimes Mr. Humphreys and I talk about them, okay? But they're things that we're familiar with in Litsoc. And what we're going to do today is, if you look over there, beneath the clock, there is a large blank space, which, if you are a regular user of the library, you know was once upon a time filled by a poster extolling the virtues of Litsoc. Okay, Mr. Humphreys is showing you the old version. Okay, now it's so old, very old, that quite a few of the pictures are long out of date. Okay, they are lovely memories for us, aren't they?
Oh yes.
But we decided we needed a new version, and that's what you're going to help to do today. Okay, all right. But before we do that, just something to catch up with. The Booker Prize, if you remember, we did a session on the shortlist before half term. The judges are still deliberating, and this weekend, on Sunday evening, the shortlist people, do you remember we talked about the plots and the authors? Okay, they will be at the South Bank Centre in the Festival Hall to a vast audience, talking about their books, reading from them as well. And the actual prize is awarded. Sometimes the Queen attends, sometimes she doesn't. Not sure if she will be this year. The prize is actually awarded on Monday evening at a big dinner. It's usually in the Guildhall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Guildhall in London. So, and it's a fabulous prize because you are going to sell myriads of copies and you'll get £20,000 worth of money, okay, which is quite life-changing for a lot of authors, okay. Now, I've read two now. I read the Andrew Miller, The Land in Winter. Do you remember this one? Who talked about this? Yes? Yeah? Okay. Well, it was a good idea that we made it just for Year 10 because it's only really appropriate for Year 10 upwards, okay. But it does show the West Country, and also actually quite near here, under the grip of the 1962 winter, and which is one of my first memories. I can remember having a snowsuit. I was all kitted up, and I had to walk up the hill to see my grandparents, and it was difficult. It was really difficult. Okay, we don't get winters like that anymore. We do elsewhere, but not here. I've also read Flashlight. Now, Samira, do you remember this? Yeah, because you predicted that it would be about the tsunami.
It wasn't.
Well, in fact, it's not about the tsunami, but it's certainly a life-changing event. Okay, it's enormous. If you remember, it's very, very fat, wasn't it? And basically, it covers 3 different countries, and it's about what happens to this family. One is the father, who is Korean but born in Japan. He moves to America for an academic job. He marries an American woman. They have a child. The child looks like him rather than actually American, so she's got very stiff black hair, okay, quite a white face. They move back to Japan for his job, and that's where things happen. Okay, it's very tense, and the family are really up against it. I think it's got quite a good chance because it is such an unusual story, and it tells about real events, extraordinary events. It's not about tsunami, but it certainly all happens on a beach. Okay, Mr. Humphreys.
So I've read.
Do you want to come and sit here and talk about it?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I shall. Right, so I've read The Rest of Our Lives, which you may remember was the road trip one about the dad who's his. Yeah, remember that one? I was not actually a big fan of that one. I'll be honest with you. It was a bit of a letdown, and I don't think it's going to win either. It's well written. It's got interesting characters, interesting themes. You know, family dynamics, and how marriages can drift apart when you settle into a complacency with as your children grow older. So yeah, it was okay. And I've started reading one called Audition, which, if you may remember, is like the New York Cafe. Was that one that we thought was?
Yeah, I think we said it had a decent chance.
Yeah. I've only read a bit of it, so it's a long way to go. I did like how she ended the first chapter. She put it in a direction I did not expect, so that was good. But obviously, I've only just started it, so judgment will be reserved. I will try to read it by next Monday, and then, of course, when we come back into this time next week, we can talk about the Litsoc, the Booker Prize a bit more and who's won. Yes, indeed. Okay, so right, shall I set us up for what we're doing today then? Now, because there's so many of us, and as Miss Huntley said, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine, but on the assumption that all of us do, and because you're going to help us put the collage together, there's going to be a pretty strict time limit on our talking. So what I'm going to do to help you, and then this is completely optional, next to the little microphone here, I've given you 5 bullet points that you can talk about. Okay, so they are: what is the significance of this work in literature? What themes does the book explore? If you don't know, don't worry. Just think what you think they might be. What genre does it belong to? What impact did it have on you personally? Why have you picked that, essentially? And is there a particularly memorable character or passage? Now, you don't have to use these. These are just if you're like, oh, I've only got 2 minutes. This is to sort of help you get it down to something a bit more manageable. Okay? All clear?
And you don't have to talk. If you don't want to talk, that's absolutely fine.
Yep.
We don't force you, we know this.
What if we chose a book we know absolutely nothing about?
Well, you could make it up.
See your creative skills.
Be creative about the title, or ask for help. I know nothing about this, but does anybody know about it? Does anybody have anything to say about it? Possibly?
Yeah, that could be one.
Let's see how we go.
But yeah, we do need to be.
But we do need to be quick.
We need to be quick.
We're going to get the collage done, as well as a quick chat about what we've chosen to go on it.
Absolutely. So I've picked. Now, who knows this one? Start timing me. 2 minutes. Who knows this one? The Queen's Gambit. Yeah? Right. So now the reason. Yeah, I'll use this. So the significance is Walter Tevis. I did a Lit Soc on Walter Tevis, and he, a very influential author. He did this book. He did The Colour of Money. He did The Man Who Fell to Earth. Lots of great works, and it influenced loads of other writers. Now, the themes that he is renowned for exploring, he himself said he was obsessed with the idea of winning and losing. Okay. And he boiled his works down to being about the struggle between those two things, and he also delves into things like obsessive behaviour. So those of you who know this story, she is quite obsessive, right? She's got vices. She's also very brilliant, but at the same time she's quite self-destructive, so he explores the paradox of that. So basically, there is no such thing as a perfect person. Brilliant people often have demons, and this is a very, very excellent study of that. So now I'm a big fan of chess. Anyone else like chess in the room? Yeah. Now, Dave Norwood, a grandmaster, he once wrote that chess is the perfect embodiment of polarity. What he means by that, and I'm cribbing my notes from my Litsoc I did here, that means two people playing chess against each other are in a state of opposition, not just because they're opponents in a game, but they're opponents in thought and deed. And the idea is that the greater your opponent, the greater the sense of unity between the two of you. And in this, as the quality of her opponents grows, so does her as a chess player, and indeed as a person grows. If you think about how she is at the end, the journey she goes on, it's very, very, inspirational, I think you can find, and very relatable as well, despite the fact that she's brilliant. Okay, so, yeah, great book. Walter Tevis, Queen's Gambit. That's my choice from all of the picks that are going to go up on the frame. And hopefully I did that in about 2 minutes. So, who would like to go next? Lucy, up you come. Right, thank you. Right, I'm going to start timing, folks, and I'm going to give you a 10-second warning. Okay. Oh, sorry, I took the paper. I do apologise. I do apologise. Just remember, you don't have to use the paper. You can just rip. You can just talk. Okay?
So I chose The Handmaid's Tale, which I have read about half of, and I'm continuing to read it. It's a dystopian book about a world where there's a fertility crisis. It definitely explores themes of, women's positions in society and how that has changed. A lot of it is about women and, how it's quite sexist. It's a very sexist world that the main character is living in. This book definitely belongs to dystopia because it is a future. Well, it is quite old, so it is quite an old book, but it would be in the future from when it was written, and it is definitely not like a world that we would want to live in.
No, it's terrifying, isn't it? It's really
Yeah,
terrifying.
I think it was actually written to. I think it was written as a message, in a way, and to tell people this is really what we shouldn't do. And when I looked at the back this morning, I noticed that there was like a comment on it that it said, "I really hope this is not a prophetic. This is not a prophetic book." And for me personally, it is very impactful because it shows you in a way how far women have come, but also how far we have to fall. So it is very scary in a way, but also quite empowering because
Makes you think, doesn't it?
it makes you think, like, you should make sure you like do stuff because
Yeah, don't let this happen.
lots of these women, their very existence is just whittled down to one thing, which is having children, and that's all they're meant to do. If they can't have
10
children,
seconds.
if they can't have children, they're told that they have to be. They're told that they don't belong really in society.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very
Good
much.
job. Well done. Well done.
A really good summary. Well done.
Don't forget to show us as well, folks, when you sit in the armchair. Okay, Stella.
So I chose Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Who's it by, Stella?
By Stephanie Garber.
Thank you.
I've never read it, but I know quite a lot about it because my best friend is a really big Stephanie Garber fan.
Oh, right,
I'm reading
okay.
Caraval right now. But follows the story of Evangeline. She is in love with this man, but this man loves someone else, and utterly heartbroken, she makes a deal. I think it's with some sort of demon.
Dear, doesn't sound too healthy.
She makes a deal. She gives up her love to like end her suffering. Not like in a suicidal way.
No,
She's still alive. That's all I really know about it. But it's a romance novel.
Okay.
It's very good. I think it might have a little bit of spice in it, but not too much. It's and when my best friend made me read a bit of the book, I found Evangeline's character to be quite like feminine in the wrong sort of way, like quite submissive, quite not like a traditional romance novel female protagonist where like they're really like forceful, they're really bossy and they don't want to get bossed around like she.
So do you think she's going to go on a journey and change then, possibly?
No, quite frankly, I feel like she's going to realise that man isn't for her, but then she falls for another one that doesn't want her
Right,
either.
okay. So a repetition of bad habit then.
Bit of down the rabbit hole kind of thing.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you very much.
Some of you have read that, haven't you, Stephanie Garber? Yeah?
Jenny?
So I got Heartstopper because I started reading it.
Right. Can we remember who it's by?
Katie, no, not Katie,
Alice was
Alice Osman. And I was actually reading it with Lexi. And I started in like September, was it?
Yeah.
Probably September. And
Is this a graphic novel?
yes.
Yes.
And it was a lot of shutting the book in dismay and laughing a lot. And it was very fun to read. Like, in general. And it's nice to see, like, the recognition that... I forgot his name.
No.
Nick has when he, like, starts to realise that he is in love with Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
And I just find that really cool about the book. But,
Is it inspirational?
yeah.
Yeah.
But Lexi keeps on forgetting to bring in the third one. So we're still stuck on the third,
Right,
the
so
second one.
Who's read it? Hands up. I know a lot of you have. Yeah, it's very popular, isn't it? Yeah.
We've heard about it a lot of
Heard
times.
about it,
We've
seen
mentioned
it,
it
have
many
you watched
times.
it as well?
Many.
No, my mum says it's not for my age
Oh, okay.
to be able to watch it.
First.
What rating is it?
I don't know.
What's the great appeal of Heartstopper, folks?
Yeah, what is it about Heartstopper? Come on, tell us.
It's kind of like it spreads through all the books. Really slow burn at first, but then just the first book is slow burn, then it just snaps and then goes on in a way.
So is it about recognition of things or
Yeah.
just relationships, all that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jenny.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, Alyssa's next and then you're speaking.
I've talked about this book like a lot, like every opportunity I get. So, Shatter Me by Tara Maffey. I love like all of her books. Well, actually, I haven't read her like standalone books, but I love like all of the her books that I've read. But like, because I've talked about it a lot, I'm just going to talk about the characters because I realize like I haven't talked about them a lot. So like, it follows like a girl called Juliet. And it's one of my favorite things about this series are like the characters, because if you just focus on Juliet, she goes through this amazing journey throughout, where she starts off in like an asylum because they live in this dystopian world where people who like stand up for themselves or stand up too much or are different are just locked away, so that there aren't like revolutions and things like that. But she starts off. Pardon?
Sounds like Russia.
Oh yeah, she uses loads of dystopian themes that have happened before in like World War II and things like that as well. And so she starts off, because she's been in this asylum for so long, she's really like timid and shy, and she hasn't seen people in a long time, so she's not very good at like expressing her emotions and things like that to other people. But throughout the series, she gets way more confident, and I really love like her journey of realizing herself and in a place where she can do it truthfully. And I also love how not only does the author fully explain her backstory and her life, but also all of the other characters, even if they're less important to the story. So all of the other characters have all of their actions like fully, you can, as you're reading the book, you like grow with the characters and you can see them
10
like
seconds.
improve and stuff. So that's like the main reason I really like it, but it's my favourite book series
So
ever.
characters, and what's the series called again?
Shatter Me. Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Good job. Well done, everyone, so far. Good job.
Okay.
Okay, so I still don't know much about this book, but we read it in English.
All right.
So,
What is it?
Oh, hello.
I hated that, the anthology.
All right, what is it?
Tell us, please.
Tell us, please.
okay, it's Clap When You Learn by Elizabeth Acevedo.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. First thing we have to say is that it's not suitable for Year 7 to have the whole book. Okay, the bit from the anthology is fine, but not the whole book.
Yeah, I only know
You read it
about
in year 7.
You read it.
No,
The
no, different
No,
girls.
the anthology bit's fine, but after that, Mr. Humphries wouldn't lend it out to you until you were a bit
Okay.
older. Go
So
on.
I only know, obviously, from the anthology.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's basically, I do know, it's basically about these sisters who don't know their sisters. This is in the blurb, so it's no spoilers. And basically, every time their dad goes away, they don't know he's not working. He's actually going to see the other sister. So and then they don't like him going away. And then one day, he's flying, and he in a plane on his way back, I think from the Dominican Republic, and his plane crashes, and he dies. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know much about this book, so I just decided to talk about this one character. Yaya, I think it's Yahira or something.
Yeah.
And she's, her relationship with her father is like very healthy. We discover like she's learnt a lot from her father. Like they're like really close, and we like especially like witness the pain she feels when she like doesn't like see her father return.
So is she in the Dominican Republic or in New York?
She is in New York.
She's in New York, right.
So, yeah, I think she learnt chess or something from her father, and they were super close. Yeah, that's literally all I know about the book.
Right, okay.
We did not know that he died.
We ran into like the sister.
Did it? I knew he died.
All right, okay. This is a topic for another day, I think.
Right, Samira.
So I also have Heartstopper, but I prefer Alice Oseman's standalone novels more. So I'm going to talk about Solitaire. So it's about Tori, Charlie's older sister, and she goes to the Higgs school, and there's this group who begin it starts Solitaire. It begins with really nothing harmful, soft pranks until it escalates into death-threatening events. I really enjoyed it. You always had the tension of what was going to happen next, and it ended quite abruptly, I think. But it was really nice. It was a good read. I read it in 2 days, I think.
And you read that one, and you read the others of her standalone?
No, but my friends keep on telling me to, so I'm probably going to read them soon.
Did you say you preferred it to the...
Yeah, I feel like the actual graphic novels went on quite quickly. I didn't really catch much of what was happening since it was quite quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you probably should read the others.
Yeah.
Heard that one. Okay. Anyone else read Solitaire?
Yes,
I'm reading it.
I thought it was really good because it explores the themes of mental health that go on in Heartstopper, but from the perspective of his older sister, and so you can see how she took it and problems that she faced in her own time at the same time as this, and how she dealt with her own issues on top of his.
Thank you. Thanks, Samira. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, Georgie, you want to go next?
Okay.
Yes? Don't think you have to.
So I have got Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens, which everyone has heard of and most people have read, so there's not much I can say that people don't know.
Well, people
But,
at home might not have done. So can you give us a quick synopsis?
So it's about these two girls who go to this boarding school called Deep Dean, and one of the teachers, I think, is murdered. I don't really remember the first one.
Miss Bell.
Yeah, that's right. And then basically they form a detective society and investigate it. And then so the two characters, Daisy Wells, she's quite confident and she often thinks that she can do everything herself. But sort of throughout the book she progresses and realizes she needs Hazel, which is the other character. I don't know her surname, but oh yeah. And then Hazel is she's less confident, but she's also quite smart, and she's sort of more the main character because the book is written from her perspective, as it's her writing a documentary of it. But it's this quite long series, and there's also this follow-up series which is about Hazel's younger sister and some of her friends that she makes along the way, which I've also read. I think in each book there's at least one murder. I think my favourite one was probably Death in the Spotlight, which is when they're in a theatre. Although I quite like the last one, which is Death Set Sail, but I did predict who it was immediately. So I found that, it was so obvious.
Yeah, I did not get it.
10 seconds, by the way, if you want to
Okay, I'm done.
Are you done?
Okay.
Okay, well done.
So, I got Lottie Brooks
Oh, right.
because
Okay.
I was going to get The Hunger Games / Impossible Creatures, but they were taken. So, I took this because I think I read the first one, I think I was in year 4, maybe, and I was in kind of my friendship, in my class, I think I was the second to read it, and I'd gotten it from my friend, and she said it was amazing because it literally resembled
And was it?
us. It was, I really liked it because it's very relatable, and I like how Lottie, the main character, it's called Lottie Brooks, it's by Katie Kirby, by the way, and that's a little picture. It's not the front cover of any book, but it's just,
We know.
yeah. And then, so it's Lottie's she's relatable in some ways, but in other ways she's kind of a funny character who's
kind of her like oddness has been toned up a bit, and it's really interesting to read it because it's really funny, and it's basically these diary entries that Lottie writes every day. And it starts once she's starting secondary school, so it's kind of about her journey because she went into secondary school alone, and her friend Molly had moved to Australia. Big change.
Quite relatable then, isn't it?
So
You
yeah,
friendship groups, don't you, when you
and so then she made a new friend,
Yeah.
and then yeah, not going to say anything else because it's the first book.
And are there other books as well?
There are, I think, quite a lot of other books. There's like also a little book that's like write your own things in.
Right, okay.
So yeah, and I think that's the latest one's like about like it's really big and like purple. I think that's not very helpful, but I think it's like Lottie Brooks versus
Ultra Mean Girl.
yeah, that one. Yeah. So I haven't read that
I've
one,
read it,
but
so I don't know if anyone here has.
All right.
yeah,
So would you recommend them?
I would recommend them because they're very, again, relatable, but kind of fun to read because you wouldn't relate to them in the same way. But like you're in the same situation,
Yes.
but it's different scenarios, which is fun to read.
That's good.
So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That's fine. Can you just leave the thing there for us so we can should Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Just put it with Stella's.
Yeah, with Stella's on the table. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for coming, Alice.
Okay, Phoebe, when you're ready.
So I chose The Secret History by Donna Tartt.
What a surprise.
It was Natalie Haynes as well. I don't know if you saw.
I did see, but I'd chosen this already.
Chosen.
So basically, it's about a group of classic students who kill one of their friends, and that's basically the whole story. But like, it starts from when they start that year of uni, all the way until they get discovered.
Read it now.
So I think so I don't know what genre it is. I couldn't pinpoint it, but there's a lot of really interesting themes that are tackled in it, like themes of obsession, the dangers of romanticization of others, and like obviously murder. And because it's about classic students, there's a lot of like classical references throughout the book, and it's very fun when you can go and like recognize them, and like they often point to where the book is going to go next. But it's very interesting, and Donna Tartt only puts out a book every like 10 years, so when she does, it's important.
Yeah, and it's set up a whole range of things, didn't it? I mean, she's taking a classic sort of university stroke school novel and changing it, putting it into Greek tragic.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. I'm afraid those of you getting really excited, you can't borrow it until year 10. Sorry.
Yeah.
We don't want rampaging around school, killing people.
Yeah.
I will not.
Well,
that's what the students in the book believe they would do. So.
okay.
All right, thank you very much, Phoebe.
Right, sure. Let's go next.
Anyone
going to go next? Dia, you want to go next?
Go on, Dia.
Sure. Come on.
Go on, dear.
Give it a round.
I have here a very interesting picture of Shakespeare.
You chose Shakespeare, well done.
Nobody.
Yeah, well, I wanted other books, but some were taken.
Right,
So,
what about Shakespeare then?
Shakespeare. Well, we study it in year 7.
Near the end of the year.
Yeah, near the end of the year. We studied A Midsummer Night's Dream. And
We're gonna do Shakespeare again this year, I think. So.
hopefully. Anyway, and I've heard the new song about Fate of Ophelia by Taylor Swift. So I was like, who's Ophelia? And then I searched up and it's about Hamlet.
Yes.
Anyway, so I've read his like children-sized books, and I remember the first time I read it, I was like maybe in year 3, and I read it in 1 hour, and I was so proud of myself. Anyway, so. Well, there's loads of books, and they sort of... Plays. Anyway, and they sort of like... I think I'd say like the majority of them are like about love and romance and stuff, but also like with the side of...
there's kinship. So
Yeah, with the side
all
of
life is there.
a lot of
But he does seem to favour some love.
yeah.
Some he does.
So, anyway, but I don't really have that much to say about it, to be
But
honest.
it's a good choice,
But
isn't it?
yeah,
You study him, and he's somewhere in the world at this moment. There are at least 10 versions of Shakespeare going on somewhere.
yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
When I'm
There's,
asleep, there's at least 10. Yeah.
Also, next week we are talking about modern updates of Shakespeare because West Side Story is one.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that and others. Okay. A little preview for you.
It's really interesting in like English when you study a book, and then you like explore so many aspects which you wouldn't actually think about if you were just reading the book. It's quite interesting, and it's gonna be fun for you guys to study Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you get to watch it, which is interesting.
And you have to constantly do, he likes her, but her likes her.
You've got to keep track of it.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you. Okay, I know you're excited about Shakespeare, which is wonderful.
Thank you
Miss
for
Huntley.
thank you for the classic about Shakespeare. Okay, right. So who's this?
Paddington.
Okay, Paddington Bear, Paddington Pear. Please look after this bear. The big theme in Paddington is care for each other, being part of a family, but also Paddington is a migrant. He's a refugee. Okay, so almost every year he continues to be relevant, and of course he is our mascot. There he is over there by the
Sitting proudly.
Pooh Bear, sitting proudly with the teapot. Okay, there is obviously 3 wonderful movies. There are the cartoons, and also there is now imminently a new musical. So lots of different genres have been, because he continues to be somebody that's really special. So we are thinking about a trip in the summer to see the musical. Okay, so there's our mascot. Okay.
Year 8 should go.
I'm also going to talk about Jane Eyre very briefly. Jane Eyre, one of the greatest love stories ever written by Charlotte Bronte, who lived in Yorkshire. It's set in Yorkshire. This is the last BBC version. There's Mr. Rochester, there's Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre goes to his house as a governess for his ward. And this is Thornfield, the great big battlemented house, which was a real place that Charlotte Bronte knew well. Okay, and there's a mystery at the heart of it. Not a murder mystery, but a mystery, because there's something very strange living in the attic who comes out at night and bites people. So I'll leave that with you. And then finally, what is this animal? A dragon, absolutely. I'm a great fan of dragons, and this is, well, it could be How to Tame a Dragon, but in fact it's actually Earthsea. Lucy Spears. My favourite author is Ursula K. Le Guin, who invented the concept of Earthsea, the archipelago that dragons and human beings share. And through all the books, Kalessin, this is Kalessin, the eldest, who created the words, and he spoke the word, and names and words are very important in Earthsea. And this is Ged as a very young boy, and we follow him through until he's older than I am now. A wonderful series, I do recommend them, and that's an absolutely wonderful rendition of Kalessin. We're never quite sure about what gender Kalessin is, interestingly. She's written other books as well. Her most famous one, which is a sort of dystopian world called The Left Hand of Darkness, where it's always winter and never melts as well. So Ursula K. Le Guin. Okay, right. So we are going to go to the table. Okay, Lit Soc followers, subscribers, etc. So this is what we've been doing while we've been off camera. This is the legacy of the current Lit Soc, our new poster. Ta-da! Okay, so what have we got here, girls? What are we?
Paddington.
Hunger Games.
We have
We have
Pride
literature.
and Pride and Prejudice and Pride of Place.
Shakespeare. Okay, Donna Tartt.
Murder.
Heartstopper. Poirot. Winnie the Pooh. Our other mascot.
Oh.
And there they are. On the right hand side, Paddington, Pooh,
They still
and
need
the
names.
teapot. We still haven't got the teapot. That's right.
Is it just going to be called the
So,
teapot?
well done, everybody.
The teapot.
I was trying to imagine it, I
Right,
can't
say
figure it out.
goodbye. Bye.